Now we are going to discuss about the estimation of very small distances like that of the size of a molecule. We know that using the practical measuring instruments, we can measure up to a accuracy of 10 raised to minus 4 or 10 raised to minus 5. We know that vernier calipers are the instruments that gives an accuracy of 10 raised to minus 4, whereas from screw gauge we can get a precision of 10 raised to minus 5 meters. So these are the maximum accuracy that we can obtain from practically using measuring equipments. Even if we look about different microscopes like optical microscope, electron microscope, there also we are having certain limitations. In an optical microscope, the light is used to view the object, and light is a wave-like structure that we will study in future about the dual nature of light. So light is a particle as well as a wave. So light moves in a wave-like pattern, that is, light is a wave-like structure. And we know that we are able to see an object. An object is viewed by us when light falls on it and it gets reflected back by that object. So a person's eye sees an object when light falls on it and the light reflects back from that object. The wavelength of a visible light is ranging from 4000 Armstrong to 7000 Armstrong, where 1 Armstrong is 10 raised to minus 10. 1 Armstrong means 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So here we can see that the visible light is of the range 10 raised to minus 7 altogether. But for a molecule size, we have the range from 10 raised to minus 8 meter to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. This is the size of a molecule. So if we are having a molecule here with a visible light, since the range of the visible light or the wavelength of the visible light is greater than the size of the molecule, the light may not hit on this particle and reflect back, because the size of the particle is very much smaller than the wavelength of our light. So the light wave may pass without hitting on this object, and thus using a visible light we cannot resolve the size of such smaller molecules. So it is clear that using an optical microscope, smaller objects like a molecule cannot be resolved, or we cannot see the size of that smaller molecules. Now coming to electron microscope. Like optical microscope used visible light, electron microscope uses electron beam. And electron beam also travels like a wave. The wavelength of an electron beam is 0.6 Armstrong, which is of the range 10 raised to minus 11 meter. Compared to optical microscope, electron microscope has higher resolution, and using electron microscope we can resolve atoms and molecules. The wavelength of an electron beam is smaller than that of a visible light. It is of the range 0.6 Armstrong, which means 10 raised to minus 11 meter of range. So which help us to get greater resolution. So using electron microscope we can get greater resolution and we can resolve atoms and molecules. In recent times, another microscope called tunneling microscope that has a better resolution than that of the optical microscope and electron microscope. So using this newly developed microscopes, we can resolve the size of an atom or a molecule. Now we are going to see a practical method using which we can estimate the size of a molecule. Here we are going to choose the oleic acid, and we are going to determine the molecular size of the oleic acid. Oleic acid is a hydrocarbon molecule with the range of molecular size of the order of 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Its texture is like of a soapy liquid. Now our first attempt is to get a monomolecular layer of the oleic acid. For that, what we are going to do is we dissolve 1 centimeter cube of oleic acid in 19 centimeter cube of alcohol. Thus altogether we get a solution of 20 centimeter cube. So the oleic acid here is diluted in a alcohol, and altogether we are getting a 20 centimeter cube of a solution. And in this solution the concentration of oleic acid is 1 by 20 centimeter cube. If we divide this solution into 20 parts, only one part is the oleic acid. So this representation means that one part of the 20 is oleic acid. The concentration of oleic acid is 1 by 20 centimeter cube. Right now we are having a solution, let us name it as S1, in which 1 by 20 centimeter cube of oleic acid is present. Now we are going to dilute it further by taking 1 centimeter cube of S1 solution and dissolving it into 19 centimeter cube of alcohol again. Thus altogether 20 centimeter cube solution is obtained. So here new solution we have obtained, which is named as S2. In that we are dissolving 1 centimeter cube of S1 solution to 19 centimeter cube of alcohol. So again we are diluting the oleic acid, and here the concentration of oleic acid is 1 by 400 centimeter cube. How we have obtained 1 by 400 centimeter cube? Already the concentration in S1 was 1 by 20 centimeter cube, and this concentrated oleic acid is dissolved in 19 centimeter cube, which again makes the solution 20 centimeter cube. So altogether if we divide the second solution, that is the S2 solution, into 400 parts, then only one part is of oleic acid. That is, the concentration of oleic acid is again reduced to 1 by 400 centimeter cube. So in the second solution the concentration is 1 by 400 centimeter cube. Till now we have seen that we were obtaining a solution in which the concentration of oleic acid is 1 by 400 centimeter cube. So we have the solution of oleic acid with this concentration. Now what we are going to do is we are going to take water in a container, and in that water we are going to spread lycopodium powder. This lycopodium powder is a kind of extraction obtained from most plants. So the peculiarity of lycopodium powder is that it does not dissolve in water, so it remains at the top layer of water. And after sprinkling this lycopodium powder, if we take the top view of our container, suppose this is the top view, and water was already there in our container, and we are sprinkling some lycopodium powder. And to this, using a burette, we are going to put this oleic acid solution, the S2 solution, drop by drop to this water. Burette is an equipment that we use largely in labs to get solutions drop by drop and to know the volume of the solution that is taken out of the burette. So burette is a device with certain measurements which helps us to know the volume of drops that we are taking out of that burette. So using that burette, now we are going to put the oleic acid solution with concentration 1 by 400 centimeter cube to this layer of water. So it will fall to the center of this water, and it will push away the lycopodium powder and it will spread into a rough circular structure. So after pouring the oleic acid, a rough circular structure of oleic acid can be seen, around which the lycopodium powder is pushed. Thus, a circular film of oleic acid is obtained. We said that using a burette, we can get the volume of drops being used. So if we consider volume of single drop of the solution to be V, then for n drops, the volume becomes n into V. If the volume of single drop of the oleic solution is V, then for n drops, the total volume will be NV. Now, in this NV volume of the solution, how much is oleic acid present? We know that it is a alcohol and a oleic solution, diluted oleic solution. So, the concentration of oleic acid will be NV into 1 by 400 centimeter cube. We know that the concentration of oleic acid in the solution is 1 by 400 centimeter cube. So in a volume of NV, the total concentration will be NV into 1 by 400 centimeter cube. So the concentration of oleic acid in this is NV into 1 by 400 centimeter cube. Thus the total volume of the oleic acid alone, that is in the solution, how much volume of oleic acid is present is given by NV into 1 by 400 centimeter cube. So we have obtained the volume of our oleic acid in this layer. Now if we know the area of this layer, we know that volume can be written as area into thickness. And if we know the area of this circular layer of oleic acid, then we can get thickness as volume divided by area. Here we know that the volume is NV by 400 and dividing this by area gives the thickness of our layer, oleic acid layer. And the thickness of this monomolecular layer means single layer of the molecules, that is molecules are spread in single layer. Only one layer of molecule is formed here, and the thickness of that layer is the diameter of the molecule, which is obtained in the range of 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Thus, using a practical simple method, we can obtain the size of a molecule of larger molecules such that of an oleic acid molecule using this method. Now we are going to discuss about the range of length. Now to know the range of length, the measurable smallest size is the size of nucleus of an atom, which is 10 raised to minus 14 meter, and the largest range of length that we can measure is the size of observable universe, which is 10 raised to 26 meter. So the range that length spreads is 10 raised to minus 14 meter to 10 raised to 26 meter. And for the convenience, we use certain special length units. So the special units that we often use is Fermi, astronomical unit, light year and parasec. Fermi is the range of 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So 1 Fermi is equal to 10 raised to minus 15 meter. Astronomical unit is the 1 Armstrong, which is 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Light year is taken as 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meter. And 1 parasec is the special unit, which is equal to 3.08 into 10 raised to 16 meter. So these are the special length units that we use for our convenience.